the pandemic, the healthcare sector became one of the largest sought after sector in almost all countries where you have a lot of vacancies. Healthcare workers include doctors, nurses, social workers, pharmacists, midwives, and those taking care of the elderly ones, the vulnerable ones, and the likes. Ireland is one of those countries in need of a lot of health workers at the moment. Now, the news has it on the Irish Times that says Ireland is looking to hire about 1,000 health workers to help out at the health sector. Now I leave you to read the rest of the news. In previous times, only nursing homes and hospitals were allowed to sponsor and recruit international workers, international health workers from outside Ireland to come into Ireland to work. Since they need more healthcare workers now in the healthcare sectors, permission will be given to the home care and other health institutions to recruit healthcare assistants from abroad. That is according to the news that we just saw. So if you're interested in this content, keep watching till the very end. Hey, my name is Emanuela. If you're new here, welcome. And for returning viewers, I say a big welcome back to you. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for sticking to this channel. I appreciate you. Having looked at what the Irish Times had previously announced, we can then say that if you're a healthcare worker looking to migrate to Ireland, all right, you can apply. If you're from Africa, if you're from Asia, if you're from any other part of the world that is not in EU, you can apply. However, there are some conditions that must be met. Prospective employers must pay you a minimum of 27,000 euros per year, which is like the normal salary range in Ireland. The healthcare worker must be given a minimum of 2 years contract to work and a minimum of 4 continuous hours in a day in Ireland as a healthcare worker. So let's explain this a bit. If you happen to get at least a home care job, each client that you get might want you to work for at least 40 minutes or 30 minutes in a day. You might then probably have more than 3 to 4 clients in a day. Whether it's 30 or 40 minutes per client, just make sure that the total working hours that you have in a day, the minimum of it must be 4 hours, or it can be more. So according to the research data, there are about 6,200 people to cater for in the home care sector and not enough healthcare workers in Ireland to cover that. Why? Because many healthcare workers are burnt out. Most of them are complaining about the wages not being enough. Some of them are complaining about being overworked. However, the Minister of State for Mental Health and Older People, Mary Butler, said that the government had allocated about 660 million euros for home care packages in this year's budget, but workers were not available to implement this. And then we'll move over to the Irish Times again that has it again that concerning the minimum wage, which is going to be introduced newly. The announcement made by Mrs. Butler and Minister of State for Business, Employment and Retail, Damien English, follows on from the recommendation on the report of Strategic Workforce Advising Group on home care assistance. I'll leave you to also read that. It makes 16 wide ranges. So the two ministers supported these recommendations and it will be successful in the new year, which is this year, 2023. It was also stated that the government in charge will actually monitor the payment to make sure that the right wages are paid or right wage is paid to encourage more healthcare workers come from abroad into Ireland, all right, with the terms and conditions that have been mentioned earlier. So what are some of the things to put in place before applying, before they kickstart this agenda in Ireland, so that you can put yourself at an extra edge above others as a healthcare worker in Ireland or that wants to move to Ireland? The first thing you need to put in place is a very engaging CV. Yes, your curriculum vitae, all right, where you have to show all your healthcare work experiences. You can also put your healthcare courses that you have done. Some people have done some healthcare courses online. You can put it there, put all your experiences, put your voluntary experiences, put your NGOs experiences, all of them, put them in your CV, and then make your CV catchy. All right, the second thing to look at is you have to do some healthcare courses if you have not done any previously, like the one that is popular, the QQI level 5. I noted that this course is mandatory for you to do to make you to be eligible to get healthcare jobs in Ireland. That's if you are not a registered nurse, or if you're not a nurse at all. Also check other courses which are equivalent to QQI level 5. Also, there are other platforms where you can actually go and do the modules on QQI level 5 course. The first one I noted was Florence Academy. All right, you get to learn through the modules and get certificates from them. All right, I think you have to do it online, but I'll put the link of this in the description box of this video so that you can make further research by yourself. All right, the second is Chevron College. They also offer the QQI level 5 course. The next is nightcourses.com. All right, they also offer the QQI level 5 training. All right, the Open College. All right, you have another one, Progressive College. They also offer QQI level 5 training. You have CarePath. All right, I'll also put all of this academy or training platforms, their links in the description box of this video so that you can make further research by yourself. Or you can have a BSc in nursing. That's a degree in nursing, certificate related in healthcare with some clinical experiences. It's also important for you to have. Or you can have other training in healthcare from other countries like the UK or US or Australia, from other countries in nursing. Now in Ireland, for you to be a registered nurse in Ireland, you have to register with the NMBI, which is Nursing and Midwifery Board Ireland. You need all the requirements that will be mentioned on that site. The first one I saw there was IELTS or OET. All right, your IELTS, which you need a band score of about 7 overall. All right, 7 overall. Or you go for OET, that stands for Occupational English Test. All right, so this OET particularly is for candidates from a non-English speaking country like Nigeria, India, Pakistan, Brazil, and other countries. So it's either you have the IELTS or you have the OET. So for the OET, you need a minimum of 3 Bs and 1 C plus. All right. But I noted that the OET is more advantageous for all healthcare workers that are willing or that want to migrate to Ireland. But it's a bit pricey though. Also to note, the IELTS is just an English test exam, all right, or an exam that tests you only on English language or English proficiency, while the OET is an English assessment test plus health care assessment. All right, so which is the assessment on your daily experience as a nurse or as a healthcare worker. So preferably I'll advise that you go in with OET. However, if you have IELTS, that can also suffice. The next thing you need is to have a police character certificate. All right, the police has to certify you that you don't have any crime, you're free of any crime at all. Next thing you need to have is your driving license, all right, which is acceptable or accepted as well. You require it because some jobs for healthcare workers in Ireland will require you to move from one place to another. All right, however, when you get to Ireland, you're going to switch to Ireland driving license, but you need one from your home country while you're moving to Ireland. Also to note, if you're a nurse already, you don't need much training any longer because you're already certified as a nurse. However, you need your IELTS or your OET. If you've not gotten that already, you need to put up your CV, you need your police character, and then you can also top up a bit on your courses through some online courses I have mentioned, and then add to your experience while you wait for this new agenda from Ireland government. Now let's look at another pathway to moving to Ireland as a nurse or as a healthcare worker. We also have the study pathway. All right, so you can go to Ireland as a healthcare worker with your diploma in nursing from your home country. That's part of the requirements that you can have. You can also have your BSc in nursing, or you can go to Ireland to do a top-up BSc in nursing or masters. All right, this will not be your regular 4 years or thereabouts. It's going to be a short time course that you have to do in Ireland. So during your study, you can then start your registration with the NMBI. I've already mentioned that, the Nursing and Midwifery or Midwifery Board Ireland. All right, so note that the registration could take up to 6 months for you to register, 6 months to 1 year rather, for you to register and then start the process. It might be less than 6 months depending on the situation of things. Now, since they require more healthcare workers, so you can just start while you wait for that agenda to take up. You can just start through this process so that whenever the agenda starts, you are right with all your documents. So for registration with NMBI, the body for nursing in Ireland, I'll put the link in the description box of the video so that you could go to their site and then check out how it is done. So if you're interested, go on your Google, type www.nmbi.ie. All right. If time permits, I'll also show that. All right, so it takes you to a site. You then create an account, put in all your details, your names, your email, your password, and then later you start filling up and uploading all of your documents. After some time, NMBI will assess your documents and give you a feedback. Sometimes the feedback might come as you say it's not up to Ireland or Irish standards. All right, so you have to do some courses here and there. So the NMBI might tell you to do an exam or to go for adaptation. So at the adaptation stage, you would need an employer to invite you to go to Ireland. All right, or you can sponsor yourself to Ireland to do the exam in Ireland. All right, at this stage, the NMBI would send you an invitation for you to go to Ireland and then write the exam. Then you use the invitation apply for your visa, and then you go and write the exam in Ireland. So after the exam, like about 2 weeks later or 2 to 3 weeks later in Ireland, the results will come out. Once you're fortunate and you pass, you get an Irish pin. All right, then boom, you are the hot cake in the healthcare sector in Ireland. So while you have the Irish pin, you can then start applying for jobs. How much is this exam in Ireland? I had made my research. I found out that the exam is about 2,800 euros. All right, that is the RCSI exam. That's for healthcare workers, because it is both practical and MCQ. All right, that's the multiple choice questions. All right, so it's computer based as well. So we just finished talking about the exam to write, all right, while you go to Ireland to top up. Now let's look at adaptation. For adaptation, you need an employer that can bring you to Ireland, or you sponsor yourself for 6 weeks minimum. Some can be more than 6 weeks. You can get an extension as well, depending on your performance. If you're already abroad, or if you're already in UK, if you're already in Ireland, you can still do an adaptation. The next thing to look at is your registration with NMBI. All right, you have to pay a sum of 350 euros. You have to pay this by yourself. No company, no recruiter, no employer will pay this for you. So once you pass the exam, you have your Irish pin. Some recruiters might probably reimburse you, not all of them, but some of them I was told they can or they might reimburse you. So in my previous video, I had mentioned companies that recruit for many jobs, healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers. All right, so I'll still mention some of them here in this video. Majority of the hospitals in Ireland have already contracted their recruitment to agencies, or popular agencies like the CPL Healthcare. I mentioned that already. Adaptive, OS Recruitment, Service Us Agency. If you also go to Indeed.com, you will find jobs there. You go to LinkedIn, you will also find more recruitment agencies in Ireland. All right, you can also go to irishjobs.ie. You also find some jobs there. You have the CARETEAM.ie. There are also jobs for healthcare workers there. Just try to send multiple emails to these agencies once you come across them online, and then you can also use Google. Somebody might be wondering, well, I am not from the nursing background. How do I go about it? Now, if you're from a non-nursing background or a non-healthcare background, you want to delve into nursing proper or healthcare proper, and you're already in Ireland, you can go through, there's a pathway called the Mature Nursing Pathway. You can go through that pathway. Then you can apply through the CAO. You go through some of the exams that they have there. The course is about 2 years. rather than going through the 4 years normally in the university. But remember that there is an age bracket to this course. All right. The other way is, if you're outside the EU, you can take up some postgraduate courses on healthcare. It can also help you. Now, according to the title of this video, you have pointers. Now, some people might be wondering, what do I mean by pointers? I would say that for everyone in this life, you need a coach, someone that has passed through the journey that you're about to embark on. All right, that is what I call mentorship or coaching. I came across a saying from a man named Lauren Norris. It says that if you cannot see where you are going, ask someone who has been there before. So this quote is from Lauren Norris. All right, so even if you're a self-driven person and you're motivated, I tell you that you still need someone, two persons, to give you a push towards the right direction to where you are going in your career or in any other thing that you're doing in life. Furthermore, I met this person online. All right, her name is Nurse Coach Ola. All right, she's a Nigerian, she's a nurse in Ireland, and she moved from Nigeria as a nurse to Ireland. So I'll put her link in the description box of this video so that you can contact her, and then she will put you through some other changes as time goes on. All right, so because she's going to serve as a mentor, as a coach to you, you can actually link up with her. And then I also realized that she also has webinars from time to time to keep people updated as to how to migrate to Ireland as a healthcare worker or as a nurse. Do well to actually link up with her. All right, partner with her. I think it's a free webinar. I'm not so sure, but go to her page, go to the link I'm going to put in the description box, and then find out more. You also need to network. Networking is very key. All right, that's why I gave you the link to this Nurse Coach Ola and other links I'll be leaving in the description box of this video so that you can link up with those people, all right, that know better, that have more information as regarding how to move to Ireland as a healthcare worker. So guys, I'll put all the links that I've mentioned in this video in the description box of this video. All right, so do well to get yourself acquainted with all the links, get yourself acquainted with all the sites that I mentioned. Get ready before the Ireland government say it's time for health workers to come in, and then you have all the documents and all the requirements that there is to have. Remember that you are not the only person applying, so make hay while the sun shines. Like this video if you've got great content or great information from this video. Share to as many people that are looking for information as this. Subscribe if you're new here, I really appreciate it, and click on the post notification. That's how you know when I upload new videos as to how to migrate abroad. Till I come your way again, keep learning.